print layout artist is gone. Because now you also have to do everything else. You've got to do just, not only just print work, not only a DL, an A4, a brochure, a poster, but you've also got to do stuff for the screens, you've got to do switch, you now have XD, but you've got to do so much stuff. So Illustrator CC has got some functionality in it that makes it so much faster. And one of the main things is libraries. No one makes an InDesign, no one makes an InDesign file by themselves. There's all these people that you're connected with. And the beauty of it is libraries. Here I have a library that Paul has already created, he's shared with me, and we're sitting this far apart, okay? So it only has to travel this distance. But the libraries, in fact, can be anywhere in the world. I can share it with anybody in the world. And that's good because I know here in the Philippines you often do work for other regions around Southeast Asia, but indeed around the world. And one of the things I want to show, I've got some notes here on layout, I just want to make sure, yeah. So here is the story, okay? This is the main text story. And this text, as Paul showed, I've actually saved it into the library. So here are all my text stories in the library. And why am I doing that? Well, the reason is that someone else is working on another InDesign file next to me, or in the office, or across the city, or in another country, or on the other side of the world. And that file is a spec sheet, okay? So I've got two InDesign files here, but they've got to use the same copy. And so you can see here is the copy in the spec sheet, which is this file, and I'm doing them at the same time, on the same screen, in the same Mac, in the same room, in the same building, okay? This could happen a million miles apart. The beauty of it is though, that somebody, somewhere needs to edit that copy. Because it's saved in the library, I can just double click on that in the library. It opens up a whole new document. It's getting this from the cloud, it's opening up in InDesign. And I'm just going to make a quick edit here, very simple one, just so you can say, I'm going to say first established in Manila. I know that's not completely appropriate. First, just to make an edit, okay? I save that, okay? It's just a file stored in the cloud, okay? I save it, I close it down, and it updates, and I've turned on alerts just to make sure, it updates everywhere. It updates both in the spec sheet, there it is there, and it updates in my DL, and there it is there. And this is fantastic because it means you can collaborate across the world, and it means that you're not happy. There's nothing worse than a designer when someone comes up to you and goes, oh, can you make all these author's corrections to all this type which I've already approved, and you've got to sit there and okay? So sure, if you can charge for them, that's great, but people these days expect you to make free of charge corrections all the time, okay? So that's the beautiful thing about libraries. You can put anything in your libraries, and as you've seen here, I have colours, text, I've also got all my styles. Don't you hate it when people don't use the right style? Here it is in the library, and you just drag it in there and share it. Plus also the graphics. So here are the graphics I've got here. This same library is available in Illustrator, in XD, you saw in XD as well. So that's the one thing that I really love about the latest versions of InDesign is to be able to put objects in it, of all libraries. And it's not just text. You saw Paul use something in XD, which was the baristas. So I've saved that. This is a whole, does anyone know InDesign snippets? You know the word snippets? Where you do something, don't worry about it, you don't have to forget snippets. Good, see, you've already forgotten it, okay? All I've done here is put in a picture box, a round picture box, and a text box, and some styled text in there. And this is so that I am the layout director. I decide how it looks. But sometimes I have people laying out who are perhaps not as good as me, or not as accurate. So what I bless you. So what I say to them is, don't draw out your own picture boxes. Don't draw out your own text boxes. Take the graphic from the library, drop it in there, click it, there it is, okay? I can position that whole unit wherever I want. There's a piece of text, okay? And then just drag in the image like that, put it in there, okay? And this is how I get consistency and accuracy across either my own files or across files that someone else is working on. Don't you hate it when you design something and you give it to someone and they mess it all up? Okay. Libraries gives you control as an art director or an artist to let other people help you with the production. Okay? Because we're designers, production is a killer, and this will help you with production. Okay, so that's what I love about libraries, and I'm going to be using them a lot. Okay, it allows me to collaborate. Okay, one of the other things that I like, I'm going to show you this here. This has been a feature in InDesign for a little while, but it's when you need to place a lot of images on the page. I've already done this, but I'm going to delete it. And it's called the place gun. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those images from here. And why am I getting them from the library? Why don't I just drag and drop them from the desktop? Or why don't I just, find them from the web and copy and paste? Okay, because these have been approved. These are the ones I've got to use. They're the ones that were used in XD. You just saw them using XD. We've got to all use the same stuff. And I could do one of two things. I could go, hey Paul, where are those images at the bottom? The bottles, the red one. No, they're here. You don't have to worry about it. So I select them, I drag them out. And what I get is the loaded place gun. But when I'll turn on preview so you can see the guides, I might zoom in a little bit so you can see. But I've got 5 of them to place. When I drag it out, I'm just placing one. And there used to be this whole series of obscure keyboard shortcuts where you had to mash the left-hand side to make it work. But now, I've still got the mouse button down. On my arrow keys, I just go up 1, I go across 1, and it gives me 2 picture boxes. 3, 4, 5, okay? So now I have 5 picture boxes, and if I hold down the Option key, I can change more of them, and if I hold down the Command key, I can change the space between them, okay? So when I let go, let me just let go, it puts them all in there, okay? So it's a really fast way to get your images, select them, the right images, drag it out, press the arrow key to give you more picture boxes, okay? Press Command left and right to change the gutter between them. And so very rapidly, 5, bang, a whole lot of images. Should have had 6, okay? And let's do that. I'll do it one last time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Command to change the width, that's fine. I'll put them in there. Whoa, that's wrong. You know what I'm doing? I've got myself confused. Let's do that. Cross 1, okay. That's 2. I'll just put the 2 in there first, so I get a nice narrow gutter, and then we'll just move 4, 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but I'll forget the other one. Don't worry about it. So So what I want to do though is, you see they're not fitting. What you need is up here. This is the best checkbox in all of InDesign. Turn on auto fit, turn it on, and then press this button to fill the frame proportionally. When I click that, they fill the frame, but it also means that if I was to resize these, they continue to fill the frame, okay? You'd never have that, make the box smaller, select the pick, make the pick smaller, all that sort of stuff. I guarantee you this will speed you up. You need to turn on auto fit, so it fits the frame, and these two buttons, this button here, fill frame proportionally. So very, very quickly you can throw stuff into InDesign and get your images to fill, and if then you realise, oh, I've got more space, I just select it, auto fit is still turned on, and then I just grab a corner, hold down the shift key, and everything moves down. Try doing that today the way you're doing it. It just takes 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 10 times a day, that's 100 minutes, that's lunch, okay? So, InDesign is a whole lot faster. All right, now we go, 5 minutes. All right, a couple of other things I want to show you. So, placing images, proportional fill, okay. We've also made a lot of benefit for InDesign when it comes to text. This is a DL file, okay? So there's a lot of graphics, it's a little 3 gatefold, okay? We also do long documents. I'm going to show you something that we often do when we have both design pages and long document pages, is often you want to pull out or draw attention to one particular area. So what you do is, you make another box, right? And you make it tinted and you put a stroke and you send it to the back and then you go, right, that's what I want. It sort of like highlights that area. And then somebody says, oh yeah, by the way, we need to change some of that copy. We're going to get rid of that paragraph. And you go, oh, so now I have to, okay, delete that, deselect that, get the arrow pointer, click on text. Oh no, wait a minute, we've got to send that to back, and then get this thing here, and then change this up, and then do all, yeah. That's wrong. Okay, so let me undo it. Let me show you this really cool thing that we've got. What we have is the ability to, in paragraph styles. Now remember, I have my paragraph styles up here in my panel. I've made one already. I'm going to show you it, and then I'm going to explain how I did it. So what it is I've called it body copy with border. Okay. So when I click on that, it puts a border around all my text. And I made another one called subhead with border. Let's put that there. One here, subhead with border. Now this has been in it for the last version, and it used to do this. But the beauty of it is, if I show you how it works, let me just edit that paragraph style. Because in the paragraph style, we have this thing, paragraph borders. It means you can put a border around some text. The new feature we've got, and the reason why you need to upgrade and continually update InDesign and all our Creative Cloud apps is this thing here. Merge consecutive borders and shading with the same settings. Wow, that is a really long piece of text. What does it mean? Nothing. Click it, all right? That's all you have to worry about. Just click it. When I do that, you see, because this paragraph style has a border with the same as this paragraph style, InDesign knows to merge them together. What's the benefit of doing this? Well, one, now when I delete this text frame, the border comes up as well, and I need to return that. Actually, that one there. And do not do extra frames with rules around them when you're trying to highlight text. Do not do extra frames with shadows or shading in them when you want to put it behind the text. That's the old way, and you'll spend forever doing it. And the beautiful thing about this is that now that I've set it up, Paul, who I love dearly, doesn't know InDesign. I save this style into the library, and now when I say to Paul, just use the paragraph style, subhead with border, all right? That's all you got to do. And he instantly, just one click, and formats it. It's very, very powerful. It makes it much easier to work with. Okay, so the other things you need to do in the last minute is often you'll do this, it'll be a print brochure, okay? And they go, that's great, but we also need an online version. And there are people out there who will pay extra money for these flip things where you put it online, where you've got a print version online. Everyone has it. You can do this at no extra charge in InDesign. Go File, Publish Online. What Publish Online does is it takes your print document and it generates a version for online. And it's not a Swift version. It's not Flash. It's all HTML5. It works on an iPhone, works on iPad, works on Android. You don't have to worry about it. And then hit Publish. I'm going to show you one I've already done. Here it is. There is my InDesign DL, and here it is in a web browser. And I can click forward and click back. Look, click forward, same thing, okay? At no extra charge. But if you're going to do that, don't just take your print version and stick it online, because people don't like to do that. What's the point? What I've also done is created a third page down here, because remember in the Pages panel, I've got two sorts. I've got my A4 sideways, and I've got another page that's dimensions of a web browser. Okay, that's just a web browser page. And what I've done is I've used all the interactive tools that are in InDesign. Remember, InDesign has a whole lot of interactive tools. When I go to interactive here, and I've got object states, and what I did is I simply got all those images of all the baristas, stuck them one on top of each other. These ones I made into buttons. Okay, so when I go to interactive and select buttons, there it is there. I won't go into this now, just know that it's there. And then this time when I hit Publish Online, I've published it as another page, same copy, out of the libraries, same images, but now, a bit of interactivity, okay? Little cool animations, okay? And again, you can charge your customers extra for this, right? Okay? Why not? They say, how much is it going to cost you to do me an interactive online one? And you go, I'll get back to you. Okay? That's the point. And you're still doing InDesign. The benefit of course, is we now have the published online dashboard, and we're giving you analytics, so you can tell your customer how many people viewed it, I'll wait for it to load, and how many people showed it. We've got the internet desktop. But we give you analytics behind this. Now I know you're out there using InDesign and paying other companies to do this for you. Make your own money. Do it for yourself, okay? All right, so that's InDesign. It's a killer product. It's been around for a long time, but you are layout designers. You lay out in InDesign, you lay out in XD, you lay out elsewhere. So that's great. That's InDesign. What do you think? Pretty cool. There's lots of new features in InDesign. Can I get a hey yeah? Thank you.